From world-famous tourist attractions to off-the-beaten-path hidden gems, Berlin, Germany is one of the top vacation destinations in Europe. Centuries-old structures stand right alongside modern buildings designed by some of the most revered names in architecture. It's a place where past and present intersect in a gloriously satisfying way. If you're thinking about visiting Germany, keep watching to learn what we think are the best things to do in Berlin. Landwehr Canal. If you're looking for a reason to fall in love with Berlin, look no further than the Landwehr Canal. It's arguably the best place in the city to people watch. It connects two of the trendiest neighborhoods in the city, Neukölln and Kreuzberg, and is basically the heart of Berlin's thriving bohemian counterculture scene. Grab a €1 beer from a Spotkauf, essentially a German version of an American bodega, and pop a squat along the canal's banks underneath a nice shady weeping willow tree. You're certain to run into a few bearded hipsters, in addition to Turkish families and pretty much every other kind of person you can imagine. The diversity here is really something to behold. A well-marked path runs parallel with the canal and takes you pretty much anywhere throughout Berlin. Additionally, you'll find benches, bocce ball courts, beer gardens, and many other inviting diversions to keep you hanging around. Before we tell you more, be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Reichstag. This dazzling neo-Baroque style tower houses the German parliament known as the Bundestag. Over the years, it's survived 2 world wars, the rise and fall of Nazi rule, countless bombings, and the country's dramatic division, only to come out on the other side of all that as a symbol of a reinvigorated era in German politics. If you visit the incredible space designed by the great Sir Norman Foster, a trip to the top is a must, but you do need to book in advance by at least 3 days. Hackesche Hofe and Haus Schwarzenberg. Underneath its rugged exterior, Berlin hides a number of exquisite urban courtyards tucked behind the Altbau buildings that somehow managed to survive the Second World War. At the heart of the city's central-most neighborhood, Mitte, Hackesche Hofe is a collection of 8 café and boutique-lined public courtyards that date back to 1907. They were restored to their original glory in 1996, and since then they've been one of the premier places to shop and dine. Right down the street, Haus Schwarzenberg is essentially the rough-around-the-edges, tatted-up twin brother. The street art here is incredible, and it gives you an eye-opening look at what the majority of Berlin looked like before it was gentrified. The Berlin Wall. Since being torn down decades ago, the East Side Gallery remains the largest remaining section of the wall that once divided East and West Germany. Adorned with more than 12 dozen murals created by numerous international artists in 1990, the remaining portion of the wall stands as a powerful and aesthetically arousing reminder of this milestone in German history. The Berlin Wall Memorial stretches 1.5 kilometers along the former border wall on Bernauer Strasse. It's known for being one of the most visited sites in the city. Museum Island. Affectionately known as Berlin's Louvre on the Spree, this daunting cluster of 5 world-class art museums is undeniably one of the most prominent highlights of the city's majestic cityscape. In 1999, it was declared a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Museum Island showcases artwork and cultural relics from the Stone Age to the 1800s. Take in the antiquities housed at the Altes Museum and Pergamon Museum before feasting your eyes on the 19th century art at Alta National Gallery. From there, mosey over to the Bode Museum to appreciate Renaissance and medieval-era sculptures. Last but not least, the Neuss Museum is famous for being the home of the fabulous yet somewhat scandalous bust of Nefertiti, which Egypt has been trying to repatriate for close to a century. Berlin's bustling nightlife scene. Since the libertine 1920s, when everyone from Clark Gable to Marlene Dietrich partied here, Berlin's reputation for having a vibrant, unrestrained nightlife has been an established fact. Since the fall of the wall in 1989, the nightclub scene has routinely put the city on the lists of best places to let loose and party in Europe. The hippest clubs in the city can be found in places like old abandoned warehouses, power plants, apartment complexes, and other repurposed locales. The best clubs can be found in hoods like Friedrichshain, Kreuzberg, and Neukölln. Electronic music is what you'll hear the most pumping out of bustling clubs late into the early morning hours. If hip-hop is more your jam, check out Prince Charles, and if your style is more fetish-oriented, check out Kit Kat Club for a wild experience you won't find anywhere else. While some might think punk is dead, they're sorely mistaken because over at SO36, Liberty Spikes, patched vests, and anarchy are still in vogue. Berlinale. Established in 1951, the Berlinale is the world's most popular film festival when it comes to attendance. It's a prominent fixture on the international cultural calendar. Every year, Potsdamer Platz gets transformed into a marvelous, shimmering stage that hosts some of the biggest names in cinema. Screenings take place throughout the city as well, including the Zoopalast Theater in Tiergarten and a former crematorium known as Silent Green Culture Quarter in Wedding. Mauerpark. If you're into secondhand finds and discovering buried treasures, check out Mauerpark. This bustling flea market happens every Sunday in the summer months and sells everything from vinyl and CDs to designer and handmade clothing, and pretty much everything else you can imagine. While the market's popularity means prices on some items can be steeper than expected, you can still come across hard-to-find rarities that don't break the bank. Mauerpark also serves as the venue for the weekly outdoor singing event, Bear Pit Karaoke. Thousands of visitors, locals and tourists alike, flock to the event to have a go at singing their favorite songs every Sunday. Brandenburg Lakes. Brandenburg, the state that surrounds Berlin, is also known as the land of 3,000 lakes. It's especially beautiful to see in the winter, but if the cold doesn't suit you, it's still quite inviting in the warmer summer and spring months. Quite a few of the lakes are accessible via the public transit system, and each has its own unique vibe. Some are better for swimming, while others are more suited for sunbathing or fishing. Markthalle IX. In the late 1800s, 14 covered marketplaces opened up, replacing the traditional open-air ones while making significant improvements to hygiene measures. Locals saved this market from being closed down in 2009. Today, its stalls are stocked with locally sourced produce and hand-cut meats. You'll also find one of our favorite microbreweries in the city, Heidenpeter's. A couple doors down from that is Cerrone Bakery from Milan. What better way to wrap up a day than by picking up a nice loaf of bread and a pint? The market regularly hosts themed events like the immensely popular Street Food Thursday. It can get a bit crowded, but all in all, it's worth checking out. Tiergarten. Historically, Berlin's ruling class used to use these grounds for boar and pheasant hunting. That is until renowned landscaper Peter Lenn carved the land into what it is today in the 18th century. With its lush, woodsy tree groves, meandering shaded paths, spacious green lawns, and bubbling creeks, the Tiergarten is one of the most popular and spacious city parks in the world. For those who need a reprieve from the hustle and bustle of the concrete jungle, Tiergarten is the perfect place for a picnic or to simply kick back and relax with a good book. Now it's time to hear from you. Did we miss any of your favorites in Berlin? Let us know in the comments section below. And before you go, make sure you give this video a like and subscribe to Viewcation if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.